just try and force the lane swap. You already got denied a whole bunch of waves even in a regular setup, so at worst it would be similar.
I mean, look, there's going to be change in draft regardless, though, whether it's going to be a lane swap in Fly's choosing or not. Renata's gone, Senna's gone, the Senna Tarm last game from T1. That 2v2 was brutal. Also notice the Zeus ban where he was just spamming TF in LCK playoffs. I mean, this was his pick. He's really gone to range top laners, so at least one taken away that could maybe dominate the laning phase of a Whippo. But let's answer Kobe's question. Lane swap or not? Lucian gone too. Powerful bottom lanes.
I think this is a better look, at least starting on blue side here for FlyQuest. I'm kind of worried. I hope that they don't first pick the Nautilus, though. The Nautilus that was previously banned.
That's been the go-to.
Okay. You know what? I changed my mind. It's actually a good pick.
Why? Because you just have to be positive.
Because they did it. That's why.
I love it. I don't want Nautilus. First pick Nautilus. Actually, this kind of works in the draft here. Good one, Kobe. All right. What's next?
All right. Well, let's see if they have to play into another Guma Kalista. His first 2 games at MSI were quite impressive with it. The thing that's really scary too, obviously Guma likes the lethality Kalista, but it just further enables Keria to pick all of his Keria style support champs. So I'm very worried. Usually they go with Kalista plus champion for Faker. Previously they were focusing Orianna, but obviously Orianna's banned this time around, so they go to Taliyah instead, because then if you go Azir into it, Taliyah is already kind of counter good matchup into it. And then T1 will usually grab Keria's champion after this to ensure that they get his preference for that as far as answering what the bottom lane of FlyQuest will be. Doesn't seem like there's going to be any change there. No real big surprises. They go back to the Nautilus Varus here. They have had time to warm up with it.
Very true.
So see if they can change the stories. And there's that Azir.
As you said, Jensen had nowhere else to go. The Orianna ban away from T1. Again, pre-medicated. Pre-medicated? What's the word? Was it medicated?
Hey, you're pre-medicated coming to the show today.
Bro, been in China for 2 days.
Premeditated.
There we go, yeah.
I got you.
Thank you, you got to save me.
I will save you, but first I'll make fun of you.
That's okay, I'm fine with it. I'm used to that, there's no problem.
All right, the Sejuani hover here.
You reckon, yeah? Locked in.
Technically flexible?
It is actually. T1 they're such an annoying team to draft against because they have so many flexes for support or top. You never know where anything is going. As you said,
it's at like 80% to jungle, but yeah.
But they did it in playoffs. They did this in playoffs. That's what the most annoying thing is. Keria plays Sejuani support.
We'll see. We shall see. It's going to depend on the top lane pick as well. So let's see what FlyQuest want to try and ban away. Wow, T1 gives some respect here to Inspired Viego, expecting him to go a damage route. I guess they're thinking that Whippo being on blue side is going to have to go a tank. I would say that's not necessarily true, but T1 will have guaranteed counter for Zeus regardless. So
can you blind Urgot into something like this? We know it's been a favorite of his, but I mean, range deals with him a lot, and Zeus plays range tops.
Yeah, I feel like you're asking for like a Vayne then.
But you are actually.
if you do that and don't want that heat. So Rumble banned off as well, expecting that they're like, yeah, it could be a Keria support Sejuani, but we got to account for the other flexible possibilities there. The Rumble taken out as well. All right, so Xin Zhao, the other one of the really strong duelist AD, sort of threatening AD jungles, because again, I think T1 are kind of expecting Whippo to be blue side blinding a tank. And there we go. All right, it is going to be the jungle Sejuani, and it is going to be the extremely scary, very advisable to lane swap against Kalista Ashe, the double hail of blades. And this is not just any Kalista Ashe. Everybody around the world, plays this lane now, and it's impressive in everybody's hands. It's very, very brutal, especially level 1, but the most so in Guma Yushi and Keria's hands.
Keria's Ashe is insane. Like, on the other side, Wukong, just a side note, Inspired locks in jungle here. As you said, Whippo is going blinding into top side.
I would say grab a tank and lane swap.
Ornn then. Zac is still up.
I mean, Zac and Sion are probably the 2 best for lane swapping. Basically, I feel like the tier list for lane swap top laners is whatever top laner has a super OP passive.
True. Like Gragas.
Gragas is pretty good.
Sustain.
I would say the most OP is Sion's
Yep,
passive.
yep.
Then Zax is like second to that. And then you get down to like Udyr and Gragas and stuff. But this one could account for both situations, you know?
Yeah.
Gragas basically doesn't have a lot of like terrible, hard counter matchups.
Sure.
Always has options for playing safe regardless of what it's going to be.
But they pick Asante R5.
All right. Yeah, Zeus is I mean, there's a lot of top laners.
I was
going to
say, you start talking about Asante lover. It's like every top laner probably here at MSI.
But all right, let's get into it. T1, they'll be looking for some standard lanes, I assume, so that they can make full use of Kalista Ashe, Double Hail of Blades, a brutality.
How scary is that comp at level 6? How much does it switch on? Weaver's Wall, Glacial Prison, Carrier's arrows flying across the map.
I mean, I'm kind of terrified already at level 1, but level 6 too. Yep.
I think you're coming through some trauma from game 1. 17.5 minutes if you missed out, by the way.
Well, the other thing too, I think it would be good for FlyQuest like lane swap is like Wukong. Wukong really wants to get level 6 for jungle, whereas Sejuani can be very active very early on. Level 3, just need 3 camps. And so Owner definitely gonna have a lot of options available to him, and assuming they actually get their standard lanes, will have a very strong and pushing bottom lane to play off of.
Guma and Carrier, Kalista and Ashe. The 2v2 from hell. It's like they're literally Gordon Ramsay and FlyQuest on the other side. They're the restaurant owners. The call room's not clean. There's cockroaches. They're going to be in trouble if they don't clean this act up fast, because in 17.5 minutes in game number 1, it was a massacre. It was over before Baron spawned. It was over before FlyQuest could blink an eye. And we knew coming into this T1 were favorites, but I feel for you, man, because you having to sit there and watch that after we set up that there could be some contest.
I think it's funny because I know I can just visualize chat. All chat is spamming is 1647 and 1731. It's like a war. Who's winning, the 1731s or the 1647s?
I don't know if it was Yank or someone on Twitter. They said, new mad game just dropped,
yeah.
Also, Raz was dead on the floor, so someone sent help. Game number 2. One step away from qualifying to the main stage for play-ins. I mean, a lot of people are like, man, having diverse T1 in play-ins, how hard is that? Right now, we're seeing exactly that. Jensen getting poked out at level 1 by Faker. Half a HP bar lead. He does have time to back, though, so it's not going to be the end of the world.
True. The world has not ended yet.
That's good.
Last game, the world ended at 1731. Top side, they did have a little bit of a fishing opportunity here. They did end up showing Busio is up here. Bwipo is also showing that he's here, though. I think T1 probably will be very well aware that FlyQuest are searching for the lane swap, so they should be able to react here. One of the biggest mistakes you can make if you're doing a lane swap from blue side here, like FlyQuest are doing, is if you don't go for the invade on enemy jungle.
True.
And so,
hang on,
because we actually saw it yesterday, if you force the lane swap and then you don't push enemy jungle,
he just missed a body slam on Red.
He needs to be wider.
He does. As Carrier roams into Jensen, there's the flash gone. He just came back to lane. He just walked here. But now as he gets poked out again, I mean, Jensen might get forced back, might have to TP early as we get in the jungle trade. And this is the best part about lane swaps. Level 2 hit by Inspired. Faker does the damage, but Zeus is left out. He takes him up against the wall. He ignites. He still dies. But they're in a 3v3 with no health bars, and Carrier is an Ashe with Hail of Blade. He starts firing away. Inspired tries to tank it up, but Permafrost is so easy. Owner's going to get the kill. Busio's up next. He dredge lines out, but Carrier gets the flash, has his own, matches him. And if you want to take T1 toe-to-toe on in this early game, they'll be happy to do the dance as Jensen just gets hit by the glide drive-by in the early game.
But
of what?
CS. Jensen got 8 CS during that level 1 fight.
Copy that.
The Azir had some CS there off of it. Whippo going to have to play into level 3 Guma with a stacking wave down here. Quite the level 1 there.
So let's realign a bit, because I feel like I sold FlyQuest a little bit short, and you can't let me do that when I'm on broadcast with you, Kobe, because at least it was a trade. As you said, CS mid. Also, Bwipo getting the kill. Small gold lead for what it's worth in this lane spot.
Yeah. We'll see about the ramifications of this one.
You're smiling still, and I'm not sure if that's a good thing.
Yeah, it's because, you know, watching that fight as it was happening, I was like, oh, they're making the call to keep the Azir mid. They feel like the Azir wouldn't have made the big difference in that little skirmish. So in the end, we'll have to evaluate afterwards. But they do send Busio down here with Whippo to make sure that he can actually stay under the tower versus Guma and Keria. And so they will be able to at least stick around for that minion wave of experience. But bottom side is the one that does not have the extra 50% damage reduction to champions for the first 5 minutes. And so Guma already was able to knock off a turret plate for himself. And then you end up in a situation where you've got Masu as a top lane Varus, which is not bad. Top lane Varus was actually just meta in itself.
Meowin did it over in the LEC.
Yeah, and was, you know, completely spammed in solo queue for quite a long time. So it's not like a you know, bad thing, but it definitely is going to be painful for Bwipo and Busio down on the bottom side, because they're also probably going to get dove by Owner. Owner's heading over, so I want to look at bottom lane. Thank you.
Here we go. Permafrost, remember, is what you got to look for. Busio gets hit hard and doesn't even give it a chance to react. Double turret shot for Owner, well juggled as Guma picks up the first kill. Now onto Bwipo, level 3, body slams in. He attempts, but Keria kites it out. He parries, but doesn't survive. It's a small trade, but remember, Guma's got time with the wave. There's no TP, and he just picked up a double kill.
Yep. T1, successful dive, really smart from them. They already had chunked him pretty low under the tower. They build up the wave again. They call Owner over. They don't let FlyQuest have any sort of breathing room here. And then look at how they started. Owner got the knockup onto Busio, and then they piled in damage really quickly there, forcing him down. They want to go with the second one. Whippo knows that Keria is probably going to be the one to try and take it, and so he does a really, you know, heads-up move there. Goes for the body slam, does get the chunk damage. So even with the barrier there for Keria, the extra turret shot does finish him off and at least get them the counter kill. But still massive advantages here for T1 out of the attempted lane swap and their answer in fighting the jungle invade level 1.
You can see EXP comes on the side of your screen there. Masu is level 6, so at least that ulti's online, but as you said, bottom side set up for success. Even Faker's here in a good position despite the CS advantage because he got the earlier kill. I think we also need to mention that the lane swap has been reversed again. It was bottom side of T1 that went top with Keria starting it off. But Masu looks like he wants to actually match it now here on the Varus with 6 himself.
And I like this from T1 because the power of the grubs is increased on this patch, substantially so. And with the speed that they've been ending out games, you can definitely tell that they want to make use of the, you know, Void Grub buff and pushing down all these turrets. They don't want to wait around for a long game stacking dragons. Like that's not really on the timeline.
They got dinner reservations, you know.
Yeah,
can't be here all night.
The timeline, we're on the grub timeline here, not the dragon stacking timeline. And so they go for the you know, top side objective instead. And they will be able to pick that one, although at least a little bit of Ocean Dragon regeneration might help out FlyQuest. They're going to get 4-person dove here.
I don't know how close to level 6. It looks like he's half the way there, so ignore
Inspired's
it now.
walking.
Fake has the wall, but not needing it. Remember, Masu with the lockdown is what we're looking for, how they survive. The level 3 Nautilus going to try. Under turret, it gets a little bit janky. His owner takes it up. Ends up being a trade here, but Guma picks up the kill. With the plate on top of it as well, Inspired hovers off to the side, but he can't get anything done. The damage is already done.
Jensen also pushed another wave from mid lane there to get up to tower. It looks like, and Masu, I thought, did a really good job there, saving his flash and then getting out to safety, so they got the 1-for-1 trade, and Masu got to stick around, and he's still up there, but Zeus is going for the one!
He is, though, level 6 of both of them, but still wants to take it. I mean, Zeus got solo killed a hell of a lot in playoffs and pro. He's getting on the edge again.
Yeah, if that had hit, because like you're saying, they were 1 minion each from level 6, they were about to get it, so he was thinking, I ghost at him, I hit my Q3, I kill a minion, I get him in the ultimate, but if you don't hit that Q3, you know, it's like step 1 of the plan.
Nice trade from Faker, actually. Gets the phase rush, chases after Jensen. Turret shot taken as well. Half HP if he gets forced out again. Remember that TP still has a quarter of the cooldown left.
Guma is going to be so insanely scary.
That was a sigh at the start as well.
This game, Guma with 3 kills, his opportunities done already. Especially with the lethality build, you're going to see these, you know, these Qs from Kalista just like massive chunking people. Let's see what he can do with it, because he returns back top lane. I like this. Then they can keep pressure up here, continue to push down because bottom side, even with Zeus kind of using everything there, he's got his teleport and assume it's just going to go right back.
And remember, part of that gold lead on Gumayushi as well comes from the double turret plate top, bot as well. They're looking to set up for more Kobe, even TP being burned. Where is that?
It's back bottom.
Back bot,
Just
okay.
back bottom.
Service, you're baiting me. Chains of Corruption comes through. Guma, meanwhile, doesn't need to cleanse because he doesn't have it. Doesn't care. The poke's in. Carrier tanks up turret again while T1 have to get out of dodge because Jensen with the ulti sends him back, but one minion maybe saved the day. Owner running for his life with Guma over the wall. The Weaver's Wall brings Faker back into melee range. Seismic jump flash away from it. Jensen is caught between a rock, and a rock. Faker on the back end still pokes him down. Just when you think Fly can get revenge, T1 still reigns supreme.
Another rock, and another rock, and another kill, and another kill, and another kill for T1. You can tell they really want to keep forcing around Guma. You know, this Fed Callista that we keep talking about, this lethality build.
Good night. Carrier's timing was sick, man, and they are making fun of North America. T1 in play-ins, like, get them out of here, put them in this main stage.
Good night. Oh man, the timing on the arrival there, the teleport comes in. If you want to do that at home, it's actually not that hard to time these teleports. You know, you just aim your skill between the teleport location and your fountain. That's where the person will arrive, and then, never mind. Here we go.
Is revenge coming?
This is real revenge. Here we go. Let's see. There's flashes on both Guma and Carrier, so I think at most you get a flash.
And there's a barrier. He walks back in front of Guma. He saves his life.
Not even going to get a flash.
But with the fate sealed, well done from the 2v2. And you're right, no summoner for the trade, just the ulti.
Yep, Callista ult, no problem. Massive revenge there. Okay, let's take another look. They started out, Masu hit the ultimate onto Gumi to delay the big damage, but it doesn't matter. They got the full combo on him, and this was a kind of a cool sweep. There was one more minion left, and so that extra range minion taking the first turret shot meant that Owner didn't die, because if Owner had to take that turret shot also, then maybe they would have been able to finish off that first kill there. Then they get the return, and the super fed Callista comes through. Faker did such a good job coming in to you know, cover for Owner there so that Sejuani could get out alive. They pop the heal. They are just brutal with it, man.
I feel like every international, like Guma kind of keeps his team together, but you get to an international and Guma gets even better. The duo gets even better, whether they adapt to the meta or just have insane laning phases like we've had, whether it's a laning phase traditionally or not. I mean, we've only got positives to talk about here for T1 with a 4K gold lead in the early game. Now with 6 scrubs yet again here, like, it doesn't matter, 6-0 Callista, you got to take her down. You got to find something to slow this game down, I feel, because FlyQuest again are getting run over.
You know what this game is? This game is double or nothing. Can you beat 1647?
Oh,
again?
wow. T1
like, all right, fine. You were able to barely squeeze by game number 1. How about second chance here?
Okay.
As they're going to be calm for 1 second. Faker, though. Okay. Is going to get a tiny sliver of chunk damage while the rest of the squad just takes care of mid lane prio into Dragon pickup for themselves. But I would say, you know, biggest thing, T1 are able to keep forcing around Guma. Like, FlyQuest need to make sure that the fight is not around this Callista, because you're just not going to win it around him. He's way too far ahead. There's too much power. And because of the popular lethality Qmax build, it's a burst damage build that is so good so early on, plus you have the most gold in the game, so either you have to get people alone.
Like Faker maybe, Seismic Shove though, it's countered, Inspired didn't go in as it's Carrier's ulti that swings and misses, but Faker still pushes them off of the turret. Inspired flushes under and finds it, everyone survives. Okay, FlyQuest got a shutdown. That's something, but Busio went to an adventure. He decided to go through the wardrobe.
How did he get in there?
And he meets with the White Witch. I mean, Guma just picks up another kill because of it.
I want to take a look at how he got in there. We were all looking at topside though, where FlyQuest did make a move away from Guma, away from the fed Callista, and they took down.
Ulti. Master just gonna heal away. But just like that is, remember plating still, I can't believe plating's still up. That's crazy. Look at Carrier's poke damage. This is just unfair.
All right, 4 minutes to go.
All right, shrug it up.
Let's see here. Pings, they're spamming pings onto Carrier. I think it's pretty hard to go for, or onto Guma. It's pretty hard right now. He's got double summoner spells up.
Yep.
But, you know, first step is it going to be blowing those summoner spells, and then maybe with a Nautilus, with a full combo here, if you Nautilus hold them in place and you have multiple members from FlyQuest come expend flashes, it is a giant shutdown.
Hit Faker again, inspired with the ulti up and available. No, not soon actually. Seismic shove comes back, and there's good damage on Faker. But he survives again and makes it troublesome for FlyQuest to continue any further.
Yeah, I think FlyQuest just keep on trying to pressure that side lane there.
Yep.
It's kind of your only opening, because Guma now also has gotten a spell shield with his Edge of Night. So not only does he have double summoner spells, but he also has the shield to rely on. Bubo trying to keep the minions away from the tower.
Just ignored. Good buffer from Zayas. Turret's going to drop down here thanks to Grubs. And a buffed auto gets him that turret as well. 2-0 in turrets, by the way. Swippo can't chase with the body slam, hits minions instead.
Yeah. And nobody else is coming either, so
nope.
No extra damage, so nobody's gonna go down there. Guma Yushi gold board.
2,000 kills. Wow. Of course, gold, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be like me. Whippo looking for the chase. Inspired's coming in. Zayas trying to buy some time here, but it might be buying time to bring the whole members down. He's still tanking up. Cyclone as well. He runs for his life, goes in the all-out, survives for now, leading him on a goose chase.
Big Boosie.
Busio with the ulti available, but he's already out of range, and people move down for that. The map given over once again for a free Herald.
He's got Ignite and he has ultimate, so he was thinking about some burst damage. But Zayas was able to escape there. Nicely done from him. Cassante work. Okay. But that's kind of the only real strategy they have left open for them, FlyQuest here. They're trying to make picks on both side laners at different times with extra members. You just try and overflow one side of the map. They're gonna take a look here, but Faker's got friends on the way this time.
He does, and the arrow flashed away from, but again, Carrier just sending him out. A reason why we respect this Ash pick for him. Jensen can't do anything. He just stands there, tries to outrange, but Inner turret's about to go down thanks to Grubs yet again as T1 stack as a 4-man in topside, making it unapproachable from Fly to get anywhere near.
All right, another tower down. 15 minutes on the clock. We'll keep having our speed run check-ins.
You're like someone who is in Woolworths as the Mastercard Lane Economy snapshot pops in our face. You're like someone who's at Woolworths or let's be more relevant. What's shopping center? Trader Joe's. How's that? Right? And you just want to get through it as quickly as possible. So you're sitting there as Masu gets ulted and you're like, get me out, Mum. I don't want to be here. Busio flashes away as well, trying to get out. And meanwhile, T1 are just looking through all the poultry. What do we buy today? Who cares? Get everything. You got a credit card with about $20,000 on it right now. FlyQuest can't manage that. They're stuck with you.
Okay, well, they avoid death, though. And Masu here, flash blown now, definitely going to have to play a lot safer, but given the circumstances, you know, and the difficult job that was kind of handed to Masu and holding that mid lane here for a while, I think he's played pretty reasonably. Faker teleporting on down to the bottom side. This is one of the things, too, when you examine T1 and a lot of their stomps, that they do so well, is consistently keep up full pressure on side lanes. You saw it in the first day of MSI, where they had giant CS leads, even when kill score was pretty close to the top, and objectives and everything, that was swing and a miss there. But they're constantly pushing out side lanes first, then going to either pick up their kills or their objectives here. And so they ensure that they not only keep this lead, but increase it.
So hard to see again how FlyQuest can stop that side lane down. I mean, extended throughout. Inner's gone top side. Inner's next up on the menu bot. Means that with this push as well, Dragon goes down. T1 had that stacking element this game as well. They've also still got the Herald. We're 17 minutes in, which is an improvement, but the game is not at the inhibitor. But still, the Herald to push in as Dragon goes down regardless.
Yeah, let's see. I mean, if you have the choice between mid-secondary turret and an outer secondary turret, you definitely want the outer secondary turret.
Oh, yeah.
As it is worth substantially more gold. Total gold for the inner secondary, 550, I believe, and 800 for the side lane one. So, but they don't necessarily need to use the Herald to actually get that one. Owner's actually going to charge right in, and you can see on the minimap when Carrier and Gumayusi are invading the jungle, you have to respect it as FlyQuest.
Really do. That Herald comes through, and part of the invade means that now T1 pushing up with the Herald alongside it.
There you go.
Tries to use that vision advantage, but
No driver means no extra void mites.
true. Inspired coming in for a flank though. Here's the arrow, not going to catch him. He goes into the clone. The real ulti though hits the prison down, and Guma just bursts.
Wow.
If you have children, don't let them watch.
Yeah, that was brutal because they had Carrier Ash Arrow. It got the clone, but because of that, Owner is able to hit the Sejuani ult on the fresh W usage from Inspired, and he got comboed.
Weaver's Wall comes through as well. Whippo trying to delay, but he flashes out. No response, no chance. Inner turret down. FlyQuest are burning summoners like flies here. They just keep falling and falling and falling.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's exactly what Faker said in the intro, right? Jensen was like, Chengdu's our chance. And Faker said, no.
Chance.
You're going to fall now.
As you said, this is really nice.
Yeah, so that's the W I was talking about, but Owner is waiting for the W. It's kind of insane. Carrier's Ash Arrow forces it, and then Owner just nails him in the face right into the perfectly timed seismic shove from Faker out of the stun, and completely 100% 2-0. Wukong down, plus secondary outer turret down.
That's a big...
Yeah, but look at that little blip on the left. You see that one?
There is a blip.
You see that little blue dot?
I like that blip.
What happened there?
What did happen
What
there?
was that? What the? I'm trying to remember.
Was that the invade? Maybe the CS lead on Jensen.
Oh, the CS! You're right! That was 8 CS right there!
Yeah, hell yeah.
But then all the kill, whatever.
And then we went other way, but that's what we remember.
That's what Analyst Test is going to go over.
Let's talk about the 10 seconds.
Okay.
I mean, again, no discredit to FlyQuest. I think there's been some good moments in the series. Game 1, the game top. Game 2, at least matching pound for pound. I'm not trying to be disingenuous. I'm just trying to say that
I mean,
they've tried, but man, a T1 are a different beast, and this is what we know. They get to internationals. It's not just the bot lane that levels up.
It's literal world champions right now.
Yeah.
Literal world champions closing in.
Arrow. Faker.
Oh, did they not have a shove?
Maybe not. Faker does take it a little bit. Depth charge is there. This is the play. Flash away. Inspired matches. Sends Faker on a bounce house, and he does have enough damage. He takes away the mid lane god. Now, what else can you get? Inspired with another Cyclone to get movement speed. Guma zones him away. Running forward is Zayas to separate Whippo. T1 with numbers disadvantage, but they're still playing the fight. Zayas gets slowed down. Is it a whoopsie or not? An explosive cast used. Zayas surviving for so long, and he's out! Jensen's ulti doesn't connect, and Guma's just over the wall, ready and willing. Whippo with a body slam. It doesn't hit, no. Zayas jumps back in. He all outs, and Whippo's isolated this time from FlyQuest. T1 are making fun of them. They are squashing them beneath their boots. With the TP out, Zayas is just having the shy arc, isn't he? He goes in, he trades off, but it's all for a good cause when you know the rest of T1 are going to style on them.
Let's keep those combined kills per minute up, okay? Yeah. I like it. Keep that action up. They're going for it. They're sending it. Masu.
Arrow's going to be absorbed at least. At least there's something there with the Edge of Night, but T1 still have to push in, and they've got the damage for this inner turret to make yet another gold acclamation.
There's a lot of pings on this ward. Well, and they kill the ward. Okay.
Never mind.
There was a teleport from Jensen and Whippo as well. Maybe like a double teleport play when Whippo got back up is probably what the pings and comps might have been about.
We got to Baron, by the way.
Okay.
We got to Baron.
So that means FlyQuest could steal a Baron.
That's right. And then what?
Then you wait inside your base for a while until another thing happens, and then you steal another.
Okay. Another one. And then maybe if it gets to Elder, then Elder flip the game.
Yeah, I like what you're cooking up here, buddy.
Hell yeah.
They do still have the double teleport Whippo Jensen, play that we're kind of going over right now. They do need to get more deep wards out on the map to actually be able to use that play. Ideally, you want to get vision on T1 players first so that you know you are teleporting into a numbers advantage. You can actually kill the person you're going for. And then you need to have a ward around to be able to pull the play off. Carrier is making that very difficult for them, going through and clearing out most of them.
Umbral, an absolute nuisance as you pointed towards. Only one ward left in the pixel brush, I think. The Faker's going to walk over now, so at least not all vision's cleared away. But T1, the rest of the river, as the arrow flies through. Inspired, not going to get hit. Clones just in case. He's had good reaction time at the very least this game. But Dragon has spawned. This is going to lead to Soul Point. And T1 going to take this easy-handed. As pings are going up towards the Baron, it's like Fly, like, well, we've got to make the miracle play on this top side in the meanwhile. Onto Faker, maybe?
Yeah, if they had actually got it knocked back towards the ward, maybe then Jensen teleports in, because
Right.
Faker doesn't have flash, so that was probably the call for that play there, is if he actually got the knockback direction, then they would go for the teleport, but doesn't quite get it there. Faker just pushed out, slides away to safety, surfs away
He
to
does.
safety.
Been surfing all game. He's been the target approach from FlyQuest, but even with the kills coming through, we've got to remember what T1 are trading on the other side of the map. As I said, soul point, so 4 minutes 30 till an Infernal Soul on Talia and Lethality.
Yeah,
Kalista.
don't look at Guma's inventory. It's
Oh, I looked. I should have looked. Man, that's 3 and a bit items. Versus Lethality Virus, who is not at 3 himself. The fact that Masu's even semi-close, I think is nice. But 4.5k gold lead, as you can see. Now onto Busio. Putting more style in. Zayas comes in for the roam. Busio gets ranged up. Takes a blast cone to survive with the flash away. But
probably
yeah.
forced now for sure. They've got really, really good turn. Even with the Ash Arrow being used there, Sejuani ultimate is ready. All right, here's where miracles can happen.
It has
okay?
to.
Do you believe in magic?
Well, you need to. North America need to. Inspired goes in at 8k early. It's a good setup on the carry, but a Fate's Call gets him out of dodge. The seismic shove, though, takes away the jungler. And in the blink of an eye, the miracle is done. And FlyQuest now coming in a little bit late. Flippo with the explosive cast is nice, but it's not enough. And it's
Faker's
an easy
teleporting.
Flippo, sorry, Busio. You're next up, hey, Faker.
Get him!
Wait, he's running into it. Maybe Faker doing a little bit of running, but the Sonya says otherwise. They run back in. He flashes back to the safety of Gumayushi. Ona just taking no damage as Guma's just running front line. Carrier ran in for a bit of burst himself and almost dies. But
Yeah, Carrier had that calculated.
so
He's
calculated.
like, it's fine. Oh, Jensen.
Trying onto Guma, flash away, arrow doesn't connect. Carrier with his last whim doesn't find it, but at least some kind of response play. Flippo's not done.
Oh, he wants to dance with death.
Meanwhile,
Not quite. Yeah, Zayas here just knocking on the door.
DP just in front of his face. Wait, doesn't have Cyclone. They know the timers of jungle ult. As Zayas just protects bot lane turret from getting pushed by Jensen.
Yeah. Yeah, Inspired to try to use it in the Baron pit, trying to get their miracle going, and tower down on the top side, so the inhibitor is fully exposed for next time around.
Did you think it'd be this one-sided? Like,
I did think it was going to be one-sided, but I mean, game number one, even if you thought it was going to be a 2-0, I think game number one was surprisingly quick.
oh yeah. I think even this one, like leisurely T1 have been getting off picks. They're still 13k gold ahead. Like, this is a statement you expect from LCK, from world champions, when they're running in a play-in stage versus second seed of the LCS.
Yeah, when are those world champ skins coming out?
Well,
Pretty soon, right?
maybe during the tournament. As T1 make it through, because remember, with this win that is slowly encroaching FlyQuest base, they qualify for the main stage. They're done. They don't have to go through play-ins anymore. FlyQuest will get another chance against the winner of Estral and PSG. Maybe a rematch in the cards for FlyQuest as well. As T1 look to approach and send us to that absolute monster of a finisher here in less than 50 minutes so far in this series. Bot lane turret now gone.
Inspired here up on the...
Faker again. Cyclone comes through. It's the last chance. Jensen gets a shove back on the Nemesis here in the mid lane. Faker's still going to die, but Guma cleans it up for a trade. Inspires to get on out of there as well. I'm talking like this is close. Even as Oda whiffs the ulti, it doesn't matter. Watch Guma's damage as he cleaves through the guy from Bioshock. Big Daddy down. FlyQuest left to 3. A body slam flash. An attempt here from Quimbo. But even that will do nothing. Under the turret, Carrier sits freely. Oda's playing with food. I mean, they're styling on them yet again. And T1 with Baron Kobe, I think they're just going to do it.
I agree. T1. What a stomp here at MSI. Zayas goes for another one here on Inspired. Inspired bonks him on the head, though.
Maybe it's not over. Kerry has demolished. Wait, Guma just silences him. Dredge line avoided. Busio, you're up next. No turret to speak of. That is disgusting. Carrier arrows down onto Jensen. Guma sits at 1 HP. Carrier flashes. They are making fun of North America. Faker runs in, goes gold. The minions are helping out as well. Next is exposed while Guma hits it. Faker wins out. These guys go to the main stage, and this series is a domination of what T1, and a demonstration, I should say, what this team's capable of.
Yeah, I for sure, for one, am for sure shocked that T1 are going to the main stage. Aren't you? Really well done by them, obviously. T1 here coming out, not messing around, absolute stomp by them. And they have not given away anything in the play-in stage either,
Not at all.
so they will be heading to the main stage very hot.
In world record fashion, that was the fastest international BO3 timer ever.
Yeah, we haven't had a lot of international BO3s.
That is also
But that one was really
helps with
fast. That was really fast.
I mean, this team is so good. Like, some people had doubts after the Astral series, but I think a lot of people also saw that T1 had a bit of fun with it too. Like this second game.
How can you not love this team? So fun. The way that they play, the style that they play with. Even FlyQuest members during that game, you could tell.
I mean, it's a rough one. FlyQuest still have another chance. Remember, they are waiting for the winner of Astral and PSG in the lower bracket, but that is also a qualification match. So another BO3 to try and get themselves in the main stage. And we've seen good things out of FlyQuest so far. That was just like macro diff, micro diff. What's the middle between them?
World champ diff.
World champ diff. Top lane diff. I mean, Zayas had more of a field day in game one. But ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be headed for a quick break. But you can stick around for the Verizon post-game interview with Masu. And remember, Top Esports and Fnatic, this banger is coming up next.